for sex simply because you're near me. Mhm. Get a bad bit. Let's see. I'm not. Are we ready?
Hey everybody, how's it going tonight? This is the Angry Viking, also known as Pete Wall. Hope you're all having a great night. I'm here with my partner in crime, I guess you could say, an unwanted partner at times, but
Unwanted. Oh, you want
the
it.
the shit that's you spew out of your mouth hole, man. There's days
Right.
I could just wring your neck.
What? You did not appreciate when I was talking about fudge?
No, no, not today, man. Not today. Um, Yeah, make sure my volume's up a bit more here so people can hear me. I'm talking
Yeah.
quieter than normal. I'm down with the flu. I've been down with the flu for 2, 3 days now. It hasn't been kind.
So like you've been going down a lot.
Hey now, no, no. Now, well, I'd like to be getting down on some woman, but not the way I'm feeling. But how you been doing there, Yeti
I'm doing pretty
Bloodyard?
good. I'm doing pretty good. I've just been making fudge
Well,
and brownies.
we discussed this before the show, and it's like, dude, I'm sick. I don't need to get worse.
Wait, you didn't? What? You didn't like me discussing my post-anal trip?
No, no, I did not. I did not want to hear about it. I don't think
Right.
anybody wants to hear about it.
Right. It's just a slippy, gets a little grippy, and then you wind up on your lippy, and then you break your hippie.
Here we go with the rhyming. So,
Yes.
this is Two Guys, One Dumpster. I am the Angry Viking, also known as Pete Wall. This is Yeti Bloodyard. We're here today to talk wrestling. Now, before we get into that, I want to apologize. I was going to do a show Thursday. I was going to do a show today. Well, for me, it's yesterday, seeing as it's Saturday already. I'm hoping I'm feeling better this weekend, and then we will do an RWO show. But yeah, I've been down and out with this flu, and it was brought into the house by my son
Right.
and my stepson, and yeah, it just kind of floated right through and put me and my daughter down. So I've been in bed and like just kind of relaxing on the couch.
Cranking it,
No, no
cranking it,
cranking, no cranking.
and yanking and spanking and thinking.
I did, however, watch SmackDown tonight.
Oh,
Um,
I didn't get missed it.
it it didn't give anything for WrestleMania per se.
No.
It was like we had the qualifying matches for the elimination chamber,
Elimination.
but I wasn't that enthusiastic about a lot of the matches.
No. No.
There's some comedic bits that got me laughing,
Right.
chuckling, and smiling, but I mean, for the most part, it could have been the way I felt.
Yeah. Or you're trying to say it's a little
It,
lackluster?
it, it was lackluster. Evie, how you doing? No, no, there's no smacking in the bed. No, no smacking in the bed.
Evie was telling me that you're echoing.
No, she is not saying no such thing. I am not echoing, you son of a bitch. We're not going there. We fixed that problem, brother.
Well, I'm not echoing, but she's saying you're echoing.
Late night confessions with Pete Wall. Yeah, we're not going to go down that road tonight.
Like,
Not going to go down that road tonight.
down on his knees.
Uh,
Genuflecting.
we're also discussing a little bit through the week, and I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. Like I said, I've been fucking down. I haven't been talking much.
That's okay.
But we're discussing plans on what to discuss tonight, and some of it was the road to WrestleMania.
Yes.
No, you do not hear an echo. Evie, don't fuck with me tonight.
I hear a slight echo.
But I want to start this conversation with I don't want to call it a rant because I'm not in the mood to rant. I don't think I can get my my emotions off that across where it would be a decent rant. But I was expecting a lot more from tonight, seeing as last week on SmackDown we had Triple H address the situation and basically telling The Rock to know his role.
Right.
And then tonight there was no rebuttal. There was no comeback from The Rock. There was, it's like from week to week, what happens last week doesn't exist anymore. It's like they pivoted once and then they can't stop pivoting. It's like, oh, we fucked up here, and he doesn't look orange. No, I don't have the light on overhead. I'm gonna stay kind of in the shadows today. But I mean, like, it's just like from week to week, from episode to episode. It doesn't matter if it's Raw, it doesn't matter if it's SmackDown. The only one that's truly been carrying the storyline for Cody and Roman and The Rock is Seth Rollins.
Yes.
He's gone more in depth with why Cody needs to finish his story, even though he begged Cody to fight him.
Right. And
from week to week, there's no, like, Cody didn't address why he said The Rock could take his place at WrestleMania. Right. You'd expect something like that, like, especially after getting slapped across the face.
Right.
And his only reply to that was, oh, he put his hands on me, so you know what that means. I got to lay my hands on him.
A lot of grab ass.
Yeah. It's like, no, come on, man. Tell the story. If your story needs to end or finish, you got to finish your story. Well, then build that story up to the finish. Meaning, Marble's in the house. How's it going? I am not echoing.
I told you.
Fucking with me
You're
now.
Echoing.
Fucking with me now. Yeah, I'm still sick. Like, control yourselves a little bit.
I got the echo chamber.
I do worry that I'm not speaking loud enough. Like I said, I'm under the weather. I did crank up my mic a little bit, so it picked it up a little bit better. And the lead up to Elimination Chamber is kind of, between the little backstage words being thrown back and forth between Drew McIntyre and LA Knight, it's been lackluster as well.
Right.
It's like, oh, wow, we had to pivot from The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, so who the fuck really cares? Like, it's sad. It's sad to see that. Now,
yes, it is.
I don't know if you caught SmackDown tonight.
I didn't. No, I did.
You lazy bastard.
I saw bits of it. Oh, no.
Came here because Evie told me Pete was smacking... Thought you were going to get a free show? No, I'm not giving that away. No, not a chance. You don't get that show for free. I can't hear you, bro.
You can't hear me?
Oh, now I can. Okay. You know what the problem is? I was looking at my fucking monitor and I was looking at the YouTube video. Your mouth was moving. I couldn't hear it.
Right.
I have the YouTube channel up because that way I can read the live chat. But and I know I could have it in the OBS running. It's just too distracting that way. What's your thoughts on the road to WrestleMania?
Well, no, I did like my favorite part was the press conference. for WrestleMania. I think that was the best part, and I think just the whole part of you know, uh, The Rock coming out there. But The Rock, The Rock looked like an old piece of leather.
He's
Yeah,
I don't think he could carry a main event WrestleMania quality match.
no,
I just don't think it's possible. Like, and we all know he bodybuilds for the movies, but he doesn't
right?
train for wrestling.
Carter, no. He's too busy eating pancakes. You ever see those meals he eats, man? Holy crap!
No, actually, I've seen a couple, but I mean, like, I couldn't do it.
My God, his cheat days, yeah.
Like, no flavor.
Yeah.
Except, it's a massive amount, but I mean, like, there's no flavor. I like flavor in my food. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, even when I'm sick. Like, today I made egg fried rice, and although I couldn't eat much of it, it tasted fucking delicious, So, it's, I'm a slut. What?
That's because he put maple syrup on his fried rice.
Why am I a slut? Because I'm not going to give you, I'm not going to slam it for you for free? Come on, EV. A guy's got to make a nickel here and there.
Yes.
I've got to.
He gives it away for free for Queef, from what I've heard.
Absolutely not. Not happening. Not happening. My biggest problem in the matches today, everyone looked like they were off tonight. The matches were there was mistakes being made like that started making me thinking, like, what the fuck is going on?
Maybe it's just maybe it's an off day.
Yeah.
They've probably an off day.
Like,
because you got to remember, it's just like you do so many performances. They've been doing it so well, and then of course you're gonna have an off time.
Well,
'cause
Naomi was off. Naomi was off tonight. Tiffany Stratton was off.
Right.
Dominic looked like he was still a fucking rookie.
Right.
I
think that it's one of those things. Maybe it's like snowballs. Like everyone's bad. That's what happens.
Yeah,
like a snowball effect.
In my opinion, like, the best match of the night was the opening bout. That was the qualification to see who was going to get into Elimination Chamber, and that was Kevin Owens versus Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah,
that was still the better match of the night.
Right.
But like, even I don't know if it's because of who they are or how,
or it could be if these people aren't familiar working with each other.
Could be.
Yeah, you know what I mean. If you're not used to working with each other, and if you just, like, just a couple of days before, the show, you started working, so maybe that's what it is. There's no chemistry yet. That happens too.
Queef does not get freebies. And there is no Pornhub site reflection in my glasses. My God.
This is what you get.
Oh, Jesus. No, it's like I could.
And he's wearing no pants
underneath
his desk.
I gotta really go on a good rant today about tonight. But like I said, I'm not in the mood to. So we open up SmackDown tonight with the Elimination Chamber qualifier between Kevin Owens, Dominic Mysterio. I had no doubt about it. Kevin Owens was gonna qualify.
Right.
But there was like certain aspects of the match, it just like they weren't connecting. We had the Truth come out and thinking that Kevin Owens was The Miz.
Yep. Oh my God.
Yeah. It was that kind of night. And then Dominic, seeing that he was going to lose the match, he finally got a little upper hand on Kevin Owens, and he tells the Truth to go get him a chair.
Yep.
And the Truth goes, "No, I'm not in Judgment Day. No." And he goes, "No, you're in Judgment Day now. You're in Judgment Day." So he goes, grabs a chair, and instead of handing it to him, he sets it down and he takes a seat. So to me, that was the best part of the match. In Mexico, Pete wrestles as Pedro do Pantalones.
I didn't start. I'm not start. I didn't start that.
No, sure. Yeah, Pete, no pants. Yeah. Um,
Okay.
like I said, it's pretty obvious who's going to take the win here. I think they
Right.
could have done better to set it up where you start to believe, well, maybe Dominic kind of sneaks one in.
Right.
They didn't do that,
No. No.
so that kind of sucked about it. But
Right.
like I said, like there was like it seemed like no one was truly gelling, and it's my opinion. People maybe seen it a different way. Um, Being down with the flu, I don't know. It just was lackluster to me.
Welcome, Blaze.
Hey, how's it going, Blaze? No, I didn't enjoy the Blaze Keeney pick. No, no. Okay, I am like honestly like fucking ill, and you're trying to tip the scales, so I'm in the bathroom throwing up. How about you go to Yeti's beauty parlor and go get yourself a good waxing, boy?
Yeah. Well, well. Blaze even wears a bucket hat on the tip of his pee-pee.
Following that, we had the confrontation with Drew McIntyre and LA Knight in the locker room. And it was,
Yep.
I at first was wondering, like, why is Drew McIntyre on SmackDown? He's a Raw guy.
Right. Oh, I know.
Like, why they got to keep on crossing it over? But it is
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber, and they are mixing
Right.
SmackDown and Raw wrestlers in that
Yep.
chamber.
That's why they're crossing.
Yeah, LA Knight comes in to cut him off, calls Drew an old timer, and tells him that Drew's moment could get stolen one more time at Elimination Chamber by LA
Right.
Knight. A little back and forth. And
Right.
this is where, the comedy side comes in. It got me chuckling.
Yep.
And LA Knight's great on the mic.
Yes.
Drew, he's still like, he could do better. But he is doing better than he was. So that's a bonus. No full size posters. No full size posters. No, thank you.
LA Knight calling Drew McIntyre old.
Yes.
They're about the same age.
Oh, I know. Like,
They're about the same age.
but
I think.
but
I think LA Knight's a little bit older.
I think what LA Knight was going for was, Drew McIntyre's been in the WWE for how long?
Right.
This is LA Knight's second, third year. It's like you had your opportunity, and you fucked it up.
Yep.
So now let someone that's going to be able to do the job right get the job done.
Right.
And he brought up, it's like, you kind of got the T-shirt wrong. You got, CM Punk's tombstone there. Well, I can add another name to that, Drew or DM Hunk, I should
Yeah.
correct.
DM Hunk. Yeah.
So, that was the gist of it. They ended up bringing in officials to break it up because they thought it was going to break loose. LA Knight's
Right.
like, no, we're just talking.
Right.
I like that, so it was
Right.
all right. Hey, LA Knight's good on the mic. What are you going to do,
Yes, he is. Oh yeah.
He's going to draw
Yeah.
attention. The next
Right.
segment, it was kind of iffy for me. Pete Dunne was all right. He's always
Right.
very serious on the mic.
Right.
Tyler Bate, however, was
Right.
a little bit messed up tonight. I don't know. He was like,
Yeah.
But Dunn tells Kayla Braxton things are going great, and last week is living proof to that. And all that is left to do is to slap the Judgment Day and walk out of Elimination Chamber as tag team champions.
Right.
Here's the funny thing. Bate turns around and says that they're due for a new tag name. And brings up New Catch Republic.
Oh God.
New Catch
That's the bit.
Republic.
New Cock Republic.
Dude, you had a week to think about a name here, and that's what you came
So
up with.
did you call Vince McMahon for that name?
It kind of resembles Vince,
Are you gonna call him Butch and Alfalfa?
At least he's going by Pete Dunne again.
I know he does not be Butch.
But New Catch Republic. Oh my God.
New Cats. Oh my God.
Well, Dominic Mysterio interrupts them and says they couldn't beat any two of Judgment Day. Bate challenges him to a tag match with R-Truth next week.
Right.
And Dominic continues to walk on and just like R-Truth is not even in the Judgment Day. He keeps on walking. He repeats it again. We got Triple Beat in the house. But yeah, like, come on, New Catch Republic. Like,
Oh my God.
they went to fifth grade and asked all the little kids, what should we
No,
call
they did.
us?
No, no, no. I think third graders would have came up with a better name than that.
Possibly, possibly.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Unless
I
you're
think they
agreeing
would.
with Roman Reigns and The Rock, where they were today
Right,
at the venue. Um,
right.
in my opinion, one of the worst matches of the night. Zelina Vega versus Tiffany Stratton. Now, before the match even started, I went and looked over at my son, and it's like they're going to be pushing for Tiffany to take the win here because they want to push her. She's got the look,
Yeah.
the figure.
Who wouldn't want to push Tiffany?
There you go. Um, but the match itself, there's so many miscommunications in the match. When moves were actually done, it was off so bad. Like, and every movement was sluggish and slow.
Right.
Like, there's one point where it looked like Tiffany was going to do this somersault move, and she just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna
Yep.
I'm just gonna slam her. Fuck it, screw what I was intending to do. And I don't know if it's because maybe Zelina is so much shorter and it's harder to do some of these moves that Tiffany likes to do, but it just didn't look bad, or it didn't look good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they're just the way they book the matches. The people aren't used to working with each other.
Now, like, the match clearly was made to push Stratton over
Right.
and bring her into the Elimination Chamber, which it did. Tiffany Stratton won.
Right.
We had the feud between Legado del Fantasma and LWO pushed even further because they had members in the front row of Legado del Fantasma. LWO, led by Carlito, came down to make sure they weren't getting involved.
Yep.
Zelina, this was the oddest part, okay? And this is what bothered me.
Right.
Zelina attacks the chick that's a member of Legado del Fantasma. I can't remember her fucking name right now, and right now I could care fucking less.
Right.
She pulls her over the barricade to, get this, half a second later, throw her back over.
Right.
We got Rob Machette in the house. How's it going? Now, is there any sense that you didn't, like, hammer on her? You didn't fucking, throw her down to the floor? You didn't kick her at all? You just pulled her over and then pushed her back over the barricade?
That sounds like my prom night.
Like, what's the point? You had a shitty prom then.
I just put her over the barricade and pushed her,
Just once, though, huh?
or twice.
Or twice.
But you see what Meanie said? I have RPF.
RPF. Oh, Yeti has RPF. I'm a little bit afraid to ask.
Well, it says right there. Look, it's down there.
Yes, if I remember correctly, Rob pronounced it as machette.
So resting perv face is what she says I am.
Ah, okay, resting perv face. Yeah, I see that.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what else you're gonna see? That's kidding.
From there, we go backstage. It's AJ Styles in the locker room. The OC comes in, telling AJ that he hasn't been texting them. He hasn't been accepting any calls. Anderson says AJ clearly forgot where he came from. AJ gets up, slams him. Both men argue a little bit back and forth. Anderson tells him to try it again, but AJ walks away. So clearly breaking up that faction.
Right. Yep.
So it's like, you're not really doing anything with AJ at the moment, so you're going to make him feud with his boys that he helped get back in.
Right.
The sense of this.
You mean that Vince ruined?
Yes. It's,
God.
I don't know. A lot of it doesn't make sense. At this point, with AJ, the way things are going for him, he kind of needs the OC to kind of help build into a storyline of some sort. What the fuck is that? Well, obviously it stopped, so I don't know if you guys heard it. Someone was either trying to call me on Skype, or either way, I've ignored it. And it looks like we froze. Yeti froze. They bring Yeti back in here. Fucking hell, Yeti. What the hell are you doing to me? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, give me a moment here. I gotta fix this shit going on with Yeti. And we'll give him another call back here. Well, it seems we've lost Yeti. I don't even know if I'm still live. If I am, I'm sorry. Okay, so we've got technical difficulties on Yeti's end, and we'll see if we can resolve that. I'm waiting for him to call back. If he does, I don't know what's going on with his PC. Now, following the AJ and OC segment, we had Authors of Pain in a squash match against a couple of nobodies. Javier Bernal and Bo Morris, I believe they were. I didn't really care. Yes, something is wrong. His call dropped, so it's just frozen there. Like I said, squash match to the 10th power. Akam and Bernal start the match off. Akam with a clothesline. He throws Bernal around the ring. Razor is tagged in, and they throw Morris into the ring. Right hands by Razor on a Morris. Akam is tagged back in, and they hit the Super Collider. Akam goes for the cover, gets the 1-2-3. Authors of Pain take the win. The only thing good about this right now with Authors of Pain, they've got him back, and they got him with Paul Ellering. There we go. Mr. Yeti.
Yes, I'm back.
You're back. Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yes, you're right. Maybe I'm not. Oh, I'm disappearing.
Yeah, you are fading into the Yeti.
Yep, I'm fading into my Yeti.
Yeti can't freeze. He's a fucking Yeti, is what Blaze says, or Evie says. Well, he froze. He froze.
Excuse me.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah. I hyperventilated.
Yeah, slightly. Slightly.
Yep.
So, Authors of Pain take the win in a squash match tonight. As I was going through, and while you were gone, while you were trying to call, like I said,
right.
Simple match. The only good thing about this, they have Paul Ellering back in their corner, which I think was a big thing for them.
Oh yeah, Paul Ellering.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's still breathing.
He's still breathing. He's still breathing.
Yep.
Yeah, he went full Chewbacca on us, big time.
Yep.
Following that, we had a segment with Logan Paul and Byron Saxton in the ring. Logan Paul tells Byron tonight is his first ever live television match, and he welcomes everyone.
Right.
He tells them to get on X, get a hashtag, thank you Logan going, because they will see him knock out The Miz tonight.
Right.
He says he is the only champion in the qualifying matches, and he will go to Australia and rematch Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. He will become WWE's double champion.
Oh, God.
If that were to ever happen, I'm sorry.
Right.
I got to tune away from WWE for a while because he done fucked up.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
It's... I don't know.
I think it's a slap in the face of the roster.
It would be, you know, okay, you know, I don't like the guy outside the ring. I don't like him as a person. Yeah. The only thing I've seen so far is he sells really well in that ring.
Yes.
You know, and he is...
And he's a natural.
He is a natural. He's learned the business. He's developing his character. He's developing his movesets. You know, I like seeing that.
Right.
Just, I don't know. Like I said, all the matches just kind of seemed off tonight, and this was another one that was a bit off. And this is coming from me, in my opinion.
Right.
A lot of it has to do with Miz's matches in general, because
yes,
The guy is as original as a piece of paper. You've seen one, you've seen them all. Well, with him, he just it's just grabbing moves from other wrestlers that got those moves over, and he's hoping it rubs off on him. The Daniel Bryan kicks, and now tonight I heard like some of the fans starting to chant yes every time he kicked. So the yes movement is now supposed to be going on the Miz. Come on.
Right. Oh God.
The heart attack clothesline. He even fucked that up tonight. He didn't even know how to fucking do the heart attack clothesline. Nope. You know, just every single moveset he actually has comes from another man. Now, if you want to use someone else's moveset, fine.
Right.
Learn
it properly.
Make it your own. Tweak it a little bit. You know?
Right. Well, he did. He botched
it. There you go. You know, it was sad. You know,
right. Sad but true.
I knew right away Miz isn't going to the fucking chamber. There's no fucking way, because
he's a jobber. I mean,
he's about as much of a draw as
right.
Well, I'd say half the bottom feeder of the roster.
He's the new Jericho. Come on.
No, fuck you.
He's the new Jericho. Yeah.
Now during the match, we did see Nick Aldis sitting up in the skybox or whatever the fuck that you call it, with Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Braun Breaker, and Jade Cargill.
Right.
Which I didn't understand, because then they had a backstage fucking segment with all of those people involved.
Right.
So it's like, what was the point you sitting up there in the skybox?
Are they a faction? You know?
No, they're not a faction. I'll get into why, but I mean, like, it didn't make much sense. Evie says Miz kind of looks like Bart Simpson.
Well, yes, he does.
I don't know, like,
or Fry. You know, Fry from Futurama.
His wrestling is like listening to Maurice talk on the mic.
Yeah.
You know, just
you
want to turn away.
Yep.
You know, you want to turn away.
And
because one, you want to use the Daniel Bryan kicks, fine. Okay, fine.
Right.
Actually learn how to kick someone.
Right. Right.
Oh my God.
Learn how,
But as I stated, Nick Aldis was with all those people up in the skybox. And then following this match, we get Nick Aldis backstage with Bianca, Liv, Braun, and Jade.
Right.
He has SmackDown contracts, and in comes Tiffany Stratton. She asks Liv and Bianca who she pins first at Elimination Chamber. And Jade tells Tiffany she knows they are not doing this during her big business meeting. Aldis tells Tiffany, Bianca, and Liv that now is not the time. Main event of the night comes up next. Now I've got to say, they chose wrong.
You chose poorly.
They chose very poorly.
They chose poorly.
I love Naomi, okay? I don't know much about Alba Fire or Isla Dawn. I'm going to say this. Isla Dawn doesn't really fit the gimmick that they're putting her with, being a partner with Alba Fire. It doesn't look right. It just might not be me. I don't know.
They were just thrown together, and then a couple months later, they'll be forgotten.
Yeah. Also, Elimination Chamber qualifying match.
Yes.
At one point, and this is near the top of the match, Naomi ducks a clothesline. And I think her intent was to do her slide, you know, drop down on her knees, do her slide.
Right.
But she fucked up. She just ducked under the clothesline. But it was like, well, I fucked it up, but I got to commit. So she drops to her knees and slides like a couple inches. And it was like, what the fuck was that? You know?
I slid a couple inches once.
It was like, yeah, I know I fucked it up, but I still got to do it because, well, it's expected of me. No, you fucked it up. Just continue. You know? Yeah. Roll with it. You fucked up, okay? Don't make yourself look dumber.
Botch City, here we
And there was a
go.
lot of that during this
Botch
matchup.
City.
Like it was sloppy. And I was like, okay, I've seen some of your matches in TNA while you were there.
Right.
What happened? You got used to facing those women, and then when you moved here, it was like, well, I can't wrestle them the same way. So it just
Right.
it looked it
Right.
looked like a hack match for a main event. It's just Brian
Yep.
Hillibert, how you doing?
Hey, greetings and
A long
salutations.
time no see, Silver Bullet. Long time no see.
Yes. And Pete was pooping earlier, Silver
Yes.
Bullet.
Um, clearly,
Pooping in the boys' room.
clearly, we knew Alba Fire wasn't going to go to Elimination Chamber. Naomi takes the
No.
win. And that was that, the main event. But we still had segments following this. So last half hour, say, was like commercial breaks and backstage vignettes.
Yes.
So Bayley is walking backstage. Dakota Kai stops her. Dakota tells Bayley that Damage Control will go after her. Bayley tells her she appreciates what she did last week, but this has been going on for months now, and she does not know who to trust. Dakota apologizes. Bayley tells her she can't do this right now and walks away. Was it needed? Well, at least they're keeping, it connected.
With the story,
yes,
yes.
it's connected.
Yes.
It's not like The Rock, Cody, and fucking Roman.
Yep.
We follow that with Nick Aldis on the ramp, introducing the newest signee to SmackDown, which is Braun Breaker.
Yep.
So, either Jade didn't sign the contract or didn't agree to yet, or whatever the storyline's going to be. Maybe we see her on Monday Night Raw and she's going to make a decision then. I don't fucking know. Gotta say, the mirror look on the dress she was wearing looked pretty fucking cool. It, like, matched her wrestling gear. And then we go to what most people are waiting for, and let's see. Miz kind of looks like, yeah, I read that. Hey, you guys, long time no see. Always great to see you, Brian. And then a whole lot of, hey, Silver Bullet. Yes, it's been a while, man. It's been a while.
Yes.
Now, when I seen Roman was about to come down to the ring, it's like I looked at my son. I gotta go to the bathroom. I know I got time. Well, I went to the bathroom, came out, and he's still on the fucking stage. It's like, wow, and they're in Utah, so there was Mormon jokes that are going to be going down into this segment. You knew it was going to happen. You kind of have to.
A lot of ladder day. Yes. Did they have a ladder match for the Latter Day Saints?
Well, we get Roman telling the crowd to acknowledge him, like as always. He asks if he can be honest when everyone says the people of Utah, they're idiots. But not individually.
Yep.
But when they get in a collective like tonight, when they're all in the arena, then they're really dumb.
Yep.
I didn't mind it. There's like I said, there's some things that made me chuckle. There's some things that was like,
But, that's always been a thing, even going through the territories when the Hill went through different territories that put down the town they were at. Yeah, that goes back to.
I'll address that shortly, Blaze. I'll address that shortly. But he says tonight is a big night, and he doesn't want them to ruin it because when his cousin comes out, they might go dumb. But everything they say has meaning, has purpose. It is information that they need to understand. He says tonight is history. Tonight is the greatest night ever in WWE. The fans chant Cody, obviously, and Roman says the guy that ruined everything, Cody. But tonight they fix it because tonight is about history. Tonight is the first night that they can say The Rock is a member of the Bloodline.
Yes.
Now, The Rock comes out, very Hollywood Rock look.
Yep.
The leather pants, a version of the silk shirt that he once wore. Just this time it was a vest instead.
Right.
It was it was the Hollywood Rock look that everyone has been wanting for a while, because his
Yes.
first run as Hollywood wasn't
Yes.
very long, and I get it. A lot of
No.
people want that nostalgic. They want
Right.
that story of the Rock that
You're right.
they
Right.
missed out on. I dug the Hollywood persona, uh,
Yeah.
but I mean, no one really was able to get into it because it ended as quickly as it started. Now I'll read Blaze's bit. Wait, so Rock is saying he doesn't understand Cody's story. I mean, are we to think the Rock doesn't understand that if you win the Rumble, you challenge for a title again? Exactly. Seen as, isn't the Rock a two-time winner of the Royal Rumble? It seems stupid because he made analogies to
Yep.
sports, to football, to
Right.
baseball, to you know, where you know you don't always get what you want. Yes, you got a story to finish, but
Right.
you know, do you actually need to finish the story? Basically, Blaze says it here. His comparison to sports teams losing a title fight
Yeah.
and moving
Right.
on didn't work either. No, it doesn't. No,
No. No.
because he won the Rumble. Wrestling, sports, totally different
Yeah.
things.
Different.
And like,
Yes.
yeah, like he mentions, if you finish second place, your goal is to win it next time. Um, okay, so
No. The Rumble is like a playoff.
he made this reference. Cody needs to move on. He lost last
Right.
year. He shouldn't get another opportunity.
But he did win another opportunity.
Exactly, like
Think
everyone.
about it. He went to the finals and then made it to the
Yeah.
championship. That's exactly what it is. Royal Rumbles is like the finals, and then
Well, we're
WrestleMania is
gonna
the
go
Super Bowl.
where the Rock started. He says before the Rock drops some gospel, he has good news to share, something that will make you happy. He says tonight is official.
Right.
They have broken an all-time indoor attendance record, not only for the city of Salt Lake, but the entire state of Utah.
Right.
He follows that with they broke the all-time record for the largest gathering of trailer park trash he has ever seen. So he's leaning in. He's leaning in
Yes.
to the Hollywood gimmick, and
Yes.
and that's what everyone wants. If you're gonna go heel, go that
Yes.
route.
Yes.
You know. So, and he says finally, because he's gonna do finally the Rock has, and the fans boo him. He tells them,
Yes.
boo, you inbred grandkid.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. I skipped a line here. Uh, the Rock says, finally, your life has meaning. Finally, you and your 50 wives will have a story to tell your 600 inbred grandkids one day, because finally, The Rock has come back to Salt Lake City.
Right. Right.
The usual shtick.
Yep.
Looks at the crowd. The fans chant Rocky because he pulled out the line that everyone loves to hear from him, obviously.
Right. Right.
He tells them they brought out a side of him that we have not seen in years, but this side has always been there. He says that to someone in the crowd to shut your mouth, fatty. The Rock will slap the herpes off your lips. I chuckled because it's funny.
Yes.
And it's something that,
Yes, it is.
many of
Yeah.
us would probably say.
Yes.
Says The Rock and Roman Reigns, the biggest main event in the history of WrestleMania, had it in their hands and they let it go. They flushed it down the toilets. He's talking about the fans here. The same toilet
Yep.
they sat down on and tweeted, Cody needs to finish his story. He asks, what is Cody's story? He says his cousin Roman Reigns beat Cody last year at WrestleMania, and now Cody wants a rematch. That is Cody's story. That's not how it works. And did I lose you again?
No,
Okay, I
I'm
can hear you.
here.
Okay, I heard this bloop.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
All right, so so now Cody wants to rematch. That is Cody's story. That's not how it works. He says to think how stupid of logic is if they can apply that to sports. They try to what, and The Rock, he shuts them down. Rock says to apply that stupid logic to sports. He says the 49ers lost, but What if they were to say, we want to finish our story? But they didn't do that. He says they should understand that it is not personal, or that it is personal. Michael Jordan came and crushed the dreams of the Utah Jazz. He ended Utah's dreams. And what did Utah do? They took their beating like men, and they went home. You don't get a shot at another story in the real world. He calls them spoiled, entitled little crybaby bitches. The Rock tells Cody that he will do everything in his power that Cody walks out of WrestleMania as a loser. He says Cody's story is just ending and the Bloodline story is just beginning. If you smell, but tells the fans to shut up because they don't have that right anymore. If you smell what the Bloodline is cooking. And they do their usual pose in the middle of the ring, raising one hand and with one finger in the air. Fade to black. This is my problem, though. He didn't address anything other than to say Cody doesn't deserve it because he lost last year at WrestleMania. Well, what? You just negate what happened at fucking Royal Rumble? Like, that makes a whole bunch of sense.
Yeah.
Like, he's never fucking been in a Rumble. I'm pretty sure he's on that list of guys that have won the Rumble 2 in a row.
Yes.
So
the analogy doesn't work.
So now, when he won his second Rumble, then, some fucking random could have come up and said, well, you won it last year. You got your shot. Well, obviously you're not champion anymore, so back of the bus, you fucking bitch.
Okay, to use his football analogy. Okay, suppose the 49ers go back, win the NFC Championship again, are in the Super Bowl. So they don't get another shot to win the Super Bowl because they won their conference.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
It doesn't. And I see Blaze a little bit fired up about it too because the whole spiel tonight did not tie in. Didn't make sense. It didn't.
No.
It didn't give us answers. It didn't give us a rebuttal to what Triple H said last week. Yeah. It's no different than what Cody was doing on Raw.
Right.
He didn't fucking. All he addressed was he got slapped across the fucking mouth. And he's going to get his own.
Yeah, and he thought he was going to, so it didn't tie into there was going to be a match between The Rock and Cody or something,
nothing.
Or there should have been, or they should have Cody there, like he's going to go to the arena and he gets jumped by the Bloodline, by The Rock.
Right? You got McIntyre on SmackDown.
Yeah. Should have Cody there.
Why? Yes. Why wouldn't you have Cody there to come out and say, whoa, whoa, whoa? I stepped back because you said...
Out of respect.
You said you wanted Roman. You wanted to do that story. I was the nice guy. I let you have it. And then you start trashing me.
Right.
Well, fuck you, buddy. I earned the right to choose who I want to fight. There's none of that.
Why is the where Cody goes in and he gets jumped, beat down by the...
Yeah, and now, I promise that you will walk out of WrestleMania a loser.
Is that right?
It's like...
So you're going to interfere in the match and cause a DQ?
Yeah.
If they do that where it's a DQ...
Oh, people are going to shit. All over it.
Yeah, I know.
All over it.
Yeah. Or is he going to be the special guest referee?
What if when Rock whispered to Cody, he said, we are going to get this guy and fool everyone? We will see. Yeah, I don't know, though. Because the people now, they want to see The Rock as a heel. And with everything he did leading up to this point.
And that would be a lazy way out.
Yeah, it would be. I don't care who it is. If Cody has help in any way winning the title at WrestleMania, it's going to negate everything he's done until this point.
It has to be where he has to dig in from the bottom of his,
Yeah.
from his gut, and stand up and take the beating and whatever, and rise above it and win. That's how you do
Well,
that.
me and you always
Yeah.
talk a little bit before shows, and earlier
Right.
you said something. I think it was this afternoon actually. I'm hazy. Um,
Yes.
it could have been yesterday for all I know, but
Yeah.
you're saying
Yes.
what if it was set up where Cody ended up having a handicap match and he's got to pin both The Rock and Roman at
Both of them.
WrestleMania.
Yeah. That one. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That would, if he were to do that in one night, and we're not talking night
Yes.
one of WrestleMania
No.
and then
No.
night
One
two, one
match. It's
match
a match.
handicap.
It's a handicap.
You know, I could actually see that really pushing Cody way above the status of where
Right.
he would be just beating Roman. I
Right.
could.
And that's not something you ever seen out of
Now,
WrestleMania
at Roman, I mean,
like that.
Rock still gets his main event,
Yes.
and he's in the ring with his cousin. That could
Right.
easily lead into a fallout at the end between Roman
Right.
and The
Yes.
Rock, and there's a civil war with the bloodline.
Right. Right.
Bring in Jacob Fatu.
Yep.
Do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Pull the trigger on that guy because I've seen some of his matches. He's got the look.
Right.
It's like fucking.
And he's more menacing than Sikoa.
Oh, either The
Yes.
Rock turns on Roman or Roman turns on The Rock because you can see it already.
Right.
Like when they stood front and center in the ring tonight,
Yeah.
they both had to stand in the front. It wasn't
Yes.
The Rock taking a backseat to Roman or Roman
No.
taking a backseat
No.
to The Rock. The egos are going to collide.
Right.
It's no different of a storyline than the Mega Powers
Right.
or any of those other big
Right.
stars combining into a tag
Yeah.
team and
Right.
lighting wrestling world on fire. Like it's just a matter of them doing and following through.
Right.
You know,
They got to pull the trigger on it.
oh, they do in a big way. Like it's,
Yes.
but I expected so much more out of the promos. I figured, we're gonna have some answers. We're gonna have
Yeah.
something that connected everything. And it's not like The Rock didn't have his opportunity tonight to do it. It didn't. It's not like
Yep.
Cody didn't have his moment to do it on Raw.
Right.
But yet Seth Rollins is selling this story more
Right.
than the three of the others combined.
Right.
Like,
And he's nowhere in the picture.
no. Yes, the Samoan werewolf needs to be brought in big time. And either have him side with The Rock, for the Civil War, or, Roman Reigns, either one. One of these guys got to come out looking like a face in the end.
Yep.
Match should end with Young Bucks running in as a surprise and super kicking everyone for 15 minutes.
Super kick party.
Please no. Please no.
Yes.
Killshot Matt.
Then you get Hangnail Page.
Oh, jeez. Killshot Matt Storm joining us tonight. How's it going, Killshot? Just the build up to Elimination Chamber is kind of falling flat for me right now. And like I said, tonight could have been because I've got the flu, But
Right.
the things that I'm picking up on, I think everyone's thinking, like, there's nothing that's telling a story, a continuous story. It's like, well, we pivoted once, we got to pivot again. We got to pivot again. We got to pivot again. And it's like,
Or Jack Perry runs in from Japan and gets choked out by a one-armed Punk.
oh, it is far from my dream fucking ending to a fucking match.
Scapegoat Perry. Yeah, Scapegoat Perry.
Jack Perry being heel is, if they don't see that as a flop.
He's a poor man's version of what's his face? Brian Kendrick.
Oh.
Brian Kendrick.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
That's who he's trying to be.
Yeah.
Brian Kendrick, but a poor version of Brian Kendrick.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yes.
It's, I don't know.
Yes.
Like tonight, it looks sloppy.
It's off. That happened. It happens. It happens. You can't hit a home. What they say, and can't hit a home run every time.
No, but like, okay, you have The Rock.
Yeah.
I mean, not The Rock. You had Triple H last week, like basically
Right.
shutting down The Rock.
Right, right,
You know, it's like you might think you have all the stroke, you
right.
know, but it's time for you to know your role.
Yeah, no, your dinner
And he
roll.
doesn't even address it. He doesn't like The Rock doesn't address it. He doesn't like fucking
It's
fire
because
back.
he brought in his own writers and didn't
They didn't watch what happened last week. That's the problem.
or they didn't or they didn't listen. You know.
Oh my God, Jack Perry is my hero. Blaze says best heel ever.
Oh yeah.
Settle
Oh
down. I'm
god.
kidding. I know you're kidding, bro.
And then
But
right.
I don't know. I think you're fucking dreaming of being that guy. Heel Blaze, Jack Perry, same fucking guy.
Scapegoat McCoy.
Um, Next week, I want to make sure. Well, I'm hoping I'm feeling a lot better next week. I should be. I'll be a little bit more enthusiastic with what went down on in wrestling. Um,
Right. But I did hear you got a new sex toy. Maybe you'll feel a lot better.
there's no sex toys. No sex toys.
Yes.
Absolutely
Yes.
none. Um,
He's got the Blaze McCoy sex
oh
toy with the
Jesus!
bucket hat on.
I'm not Vince McMahon over here. Okay.
Uh,
Now, what do you think that should happen at Elimination Chamber to kind of escalate things between The Rock, Cody, Roman? Like,
right. So elimination chamber. Well, it's got to be something where they're attending an event and somehow they cross paths.
it's got to be, you know?
You know.
Like,
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not borrowing your mankini. Sorry. No.
He said he'll let you smell it.
Um, I said it. I said it last week on the show.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
if they're really looking to put Drew McIntyre over in the Elimination
Right.
Chamber, the main event should be
Right.
a tag match.
Yes.
Roman and The Rock teaming up against Cody and Seth.
Yes.
And to protect Seth, the winner of the Elimination Chamber takes him out on the apron near the beginning of the match,
Yes.
so he doesn't need to get involved. He can save his leg, you know, still be there for Mania, and then it escalates
Right.
a story for Seth because that's
Right.
sorely needed.
Right.
You know, he's doing more storytelling for Cody than Cody and
Right.
the three of
It
them.
is different. Right.
Grayson Waller is interviewing Cody and Seth at Chamber with. Yeah, I did catch that tonight. I forgot to address it.
Right.
Will Roman and Rock even be there? We will see. I think they have to be at this point.
They have to be.
Like even a brawl, a dust up. You know,
Well, that's what should happen tonight.
it should have something
Yeah.
something to escalate things.
Yeah. Right.
You know, um, even if it's like a brawl out, you know, during an interview,
Right.
still have the
Right.
winner of the Elimination Chamber taking out
Right.
Seth to, you know, make him save face. You know, because he needs a story of his own going in, and just the story of Cody and Roman and The Rock going into Mania isn't enough.
Right. Yes. That's fine.
They will book that tag match for night one. I don't like that idea at all.
No.
A tag match with those four night one. You're looking at Seth Rollins right now, the banged up knee that needs surgery.
Yeah.
His back is fucked.
Right.
You know, why risk it?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Boy.
Like,
Unless Damian Priest, you know, in that match, cashes in the Money in the Bank and pins Seth Rollins after that match.
oh wow, okay. Blaze says, by the way, one of the founders of LTD is giving me a free ticket to Mania night one for real. It will finish my story. Wow, that's
I thought that burrito finished your story.
no kidding. Um, Tickets got to be outrageous.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to spend a dime on it. That's way too rich for my blood. You know.
You can go one of those Jericho cruises.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
You can spend 4 days with Jericho singing.
Well, I'm hoping that you do something at Mania then, and you show us a little video or something where not just walking up to the arena, bro. Do something there. You got your podcast. Use it for your podcast. Make sure that it's something that you can, elevate your channel here on YouTube. You know,
He's gonna go to WrestleMania wearing his Blaze Mankini.
hell, fucking pull a Simon Miller, man. Have a fucking, stand outside the arena after the show's over and fucking, start doing your podcast. Who cares?
Yeah.
Fucking do it, man. Man, if I had the opportunity, I'd fucking do it.
I'd do it naked.
Yeah. Why not? Let it flap in the breeze,
Flaccid in the breeze.
I know July, I think it's July sometime, WWE is going to be out here in Ontario, I believe Toronto.
Yes. Yep.
But I know already how outlandish those tickets are going to sell for. If I can, I'd go. But if I go, then I want to go with, my kids because they've never been to a live event. And
Right.
yeah, that's some pretty coin, pretty big coin going down there for that.
Well, you can always sell yourself, pimp yourself out to Sense
Okay,
Washer.
there's only so many, live of me slamming things to sell Meanie, and she's gonna get bored after a while, It's like,
Right.
well, I've seen him do this trick last time. What's he gonna bring to the table now? And she's gonna just lose that when I just like get lazy about it. It's like, well, it's only you watching, so why, why give you everything? Now, next week I want to prepare a little bit. Want to get a match together, an old match that we can talk about because me and you both enjoy doing that. And I've been watching a lot of the old WrestleManias, and I enjoy it and I hate it at the same time. You see some of the like really bad bullshit go down back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
But like we're not looking at those type of matches. We're looking at like,
Hockey Talk Man versus.
oh my god,
versus Hillbilly Jim.
no, thank you. Bruiser Brody. Our first one's got to be Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody.
Yeah,
Yes.
we just got to find a video that we both like, and either we'll have it up on screen and we'll let it play, and maybe do our own commentary with it. Turn the sound off so we don't get any copyright bullshit.
Right.
Maybe do our own commentary for it. Have fun with it. What's your favorite Brody match? Yeah, I know there's a lot.
There's so much. Yeah.
He-
Mine would be. There's like a good one. It's actually a funny one. It's with Bruiser Brody getting attacked by Blackjack Mulligan.
Yep.
And then, yep, he goes, "You're back jumping. You're back jumping me, Brody." Because they couldn't cuss on TV, but that's funny. You're a back jumper.
Okay, I gotta read this. He's in Canada, Evie. He doesn't use Ben Gay. He uses maple syrup scented Ben Gay. Fucking but it's spelled differently. It's got the A like Canadians are supposed to be doing.
Ben A.
Because it's all about smells good too.
It's about,
Oh my goodness, a boot. Now
he
who's?
gargles with maple syrup and Ben Gay.
No, absolutely not.
He goes,
Absolutely not.
yes.
It's, I don't know. I got to look at things a little bit more with the Elimination Chamber because when it comes to even like we're going to do a prediction show, I think.
Dr. Ennis Tickler says you can visit his elimination chamber.
No, thank you, because he's going to eliminate people with.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
I will not be bent over like that.
That's not what you said last night when you were with Queef.
I was sick in bed. There's no way
And
Queef was near me.
And Nurse Queef, he was.
There is no way anybody was near me.
He's giving you an IV, the Queef IV.
Now, I know I'm gonna get your thoughts on this week's of wrestling when you've had time to catch up.
Yep. Yes.
You know,
Tomato.
tomato.
Yes. When I'm not watching Pornhub,
Yeah, you know.
I just watch it. That they have wrestling there on Pornhub.
I can only imagine.
There's struggle cuddles and
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good without analyzing that.
analyzing
Although Evie has said many times that she'd love to hear me commentate porn, and no, I can't fucking do it. There's no way I could do it.
everybody. Yeah.
No, no, ain't happening. Ain't
It
happening.
happening. It happening.
Maybe
Anal hammer of doom takes on the whole meaning.
you know, we're gonna discuss the channel a little bit more off air, especially when I start feeling better. I need at least another day to fucking think properly. It was hard enough focusing on SmackDown tonight as it was with the
Right.
kind of lackluster feel it had. You know, I get it. They need their qualifying matches done, but it could have been done so much better. Like you said, they could have had an off night.
It happens. Sometimes it happens with a production.
Yeah.
Like a play or a performance that it just snowballs and you just have no control.
Like
You don't know what the.
I get it. They finally got rid of Kevin Dunn, but do they need to show
Yep.
so many of the wrestlers arriving to the arena? We know they're there already because like the show's
Right.
going. So we need footage of them arriving to the arena.
Naked.
Yeah. What is that? I can't read it all. I paid over $80 for a wrestling ticket here in Sacramento. Is that what it says?
Yep.
That's not bad. That's not bad. $80.
That's like dinner. That's like dinner in some places. For dinner for one.
Yeah, they could do without Bruce Pritchard. I agree. I agree.
I think he's the next one to
To leave.
slowly.
Yeah. Now,
Or be given the golden handshake. Yeah.
I just need them to start getting consistent with the storytelling, leading from this point to WrestleMania. They need to be more consistent.
I'm more of a fan of his brother, Tom Pritchard, Dr. Tom Pritchard.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the bit more. I think he's the more talented.
Now, we've discussed this off air.
Yes.
Damian Priest.
Oh God, the worst person ever in history to hold the Money in the Bank and not it's been holding.
I don't want.
It's like you forget about it. You forgot.
I don't want him. I don't want him cashing in at WrestleMania. I really don't. Because one, he needs a hell of a lot more character development. Because there's been no focus on him being the Money in the Bank, except for him calling,
right.
Senior Money in the Bank.
Yeah. No, and he's at. What is he going to be? He's going to have the Money in the Bank briefcase for 1,000 days.
Well,
As long as-
they've got, if they don't fuck with the rules of the Money in the Bank, they've got exactly 1 year from winning it to cash it in.
Right.
Don't cash it in because it's going to be a fail. It has to be a fail.
Right.
Because him as a world champion or a universal champion is going to flop in a bad way.
Or it'd be funny. He could do a thing. He goes to cash it in, and one day after the year. No, think about that. No, he goes to cash it in, and so he supposedly went, but they find out that the briefcase is expired.
Yeah, that it'd be funny as fuck.
Funny. That would be funny. That'd be fun.
But I mean, you'd think, you look back in the past, and at least the guys that were winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, there was some progression. It was like you got a year to better yourself, to amp yourself up.
Right. Pick your opportunity. Yeah.
And besides a couple of failed attempts to cash it in, I mean, his character is kind of fucking boring as fuck.
It is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He will cash it in on R-Truth for the 24/7 title.
Title, that'd be funny. I still, but think about it. day 366, and he
Yeah.
oops.
At this point, that's what I'd say. Like, at least he gets a
Pretty funny.
comedic bit out of it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it just I don't know. The women's elimination chamber right now, it's like, to me, it's like Becky's
Yeah.
the favor on winning,
Yeah. And that would, and I would be,
because we all know Nia
and
Jax is
that,
not winning the title unless they want to
oh
do a
God.
rematch with Becky and Nia,
Right.
which
Yes.
they do need a rubber
Yeah.
match at this point because
Right.
Nia took her out in their last matchup. But
Yeah.
does anyone really want to see it?
No.
You know, Nia has improved a little bit, yes. Okay, I'm not going to take anything away from her. She has, and they're leaning into her strong points.
Right.
You know, so that's a good thing.
Yep.
Just a WrestleMania match with her, I don't think is going to go over at all.
And they got rid of that goofy thing with Reggie, whatever the hell that was. That whole Reggie bit.
Yeah. Blaze says R-Truth changes Damien's clock backwards, and he thinks that he still has time to cash in, but it's expired. That would work as well.
Yep. Oh yeah, don't forget we have Meanie. Oh yeah, we do have Meanie in the Bank bank briefcase for 3 years.
Oh, jeez.
That's what they got.
Meania.
Oh, see, yeah, Meanie in the Bank. Yes, that's that briefcase she carries. That's
She's
her
had it for
gimmick.
3 years, and you have not let her do
3
anything
years.
with it?
No, she gets another one.
It's no.
She says she has 365 of them.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Grand opportunities for Meanie. Yeah, so next week, after I'm feeling better, we'll get back to RWO. I don't know when Underground's coming back. I think you said 2K24.
2K24 because I am braiding my pubes.
Well, I guess it's a long draw, long deal.
It's gonna be like Bob Marley when I do the helicopter. We be jamming.
Now, if I remember correctly, 2K24 comes out next month.
Next month. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping I can order it before then. Right now, it's up in the air. I'll get to it when I get to it. But I think this time I'm gonna just continue to use 23 until I have enough characters built in 24. You know, like all of us do, we'll do a little bit. Oh, hey, this is what they're doing. This is what they brought us this year, and we're gonna bitch about some things because we know we will.
This is what the glitches that'll give us itches and make our eyes get twitches.
Yes, March 5th for pre-order. Okay, so I got a little bit of time. We'll see if I can do it.
Yes. They said March 5th, but I marched 4th. Yeah. Yes. No, but and what happened to AEW?
Oh, jeez.
What happened? I can't watch it. I mean, I try. I just.
There's a lot of people that want to call it tribalism, and
it's not.
When WWE was bad, like really bad, I stopped watching.
Right? Yeah, I couldn't. But now
the first little while of AEW, they were doing pretty good.
Right.
Like there were some inconsistencies. The storyline wasn't the greatest.
Well, you expected that because
they're new.
They were new. But they haven't.
And then
they haven't progressed.
No, and then you have the people where they want to blame CM Punk for it.
Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, he had his. Yeah, there were some issues in that way he handled some of the things.
Yeah, but so could the EVPs. They could have handled things a lot better. They should have been more business-like.
And I think when he said, I think he said that we can settle now. I think he just wanted to have a talk with him. Not kick down the door and that, but
no, it's like
and give poor Larry a heart attack.
Bust out his front teeth as well. Why not?
Right. But to get beaten up here they are. Their EVPs represent the company.
I'm going to say this: if you look at how Collision was running when CM Punk was there, the first two episodes before they suspended him again,
Right.
The first show was 3 matches. It was
Yes.
FTR. They pulled an hour. They pulled a fucking Iron Man tag match off. And then you had a women's match. I can't remember who it was. Then you had CM Punk versus fucked if I can remember that. But it was 3 matches a episode. That was their highest rated
Right.
for Collision. It was
Right.
the first, and
Yeah.
they really brought the fans back. And the show
Yeah.
was good. Even with just 3 matches,
Yeah.
it was good. The second show, before he was suspended, was great as well.
Yeah.
Okay. You have all this fucking talent, but you got the same guys going back and forth on
Right.
Collision and Dynamite. Fuck Rampage.
Right. Oh, God.
Rampage is fucking garbage.
Poor Rampage Jackson. You want to fuck him?
So,
And,
and
yeah.
then you've got Ring of Honor.
Yeah. He's doing nothing with.
You need a brand draft, and I mean like a solid brand draft.
Right.
You got your Dynamite, you got your Collision.
Right.
Get some fucking creative help. Get
Right.
some story writers.
Oh.
Get some fucking bookers
Right.
to work both shows.
He's Adam. Well, Kevin Sullivan's gone.
Yep. Well, they're bringing back Q-Tip. What's his name? QT Marshall.
Cutie Marshall.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's coming back. They've rehired him.
Yeah.
I say for Rampage, because you never see anything from fucking Ring of Honor, unless it's
Yeah.
Ring of Honor champions on the fucking show. Unless
Right.
you're Athena, then you're not showcased at all.
Right.
Treat
I think he more or less.
treat
I think he more or less got ROH for the library.
treat Ring of Honor like WWE does NXT.
NXT.
Have Ring of Honor instead of Rampage. Okay? I'm not saying run it just like WWE, because we want
No.
them to be different. We don't want them to be the same.
Right. Right.
But god damn it, fucking start booking right. Start telling a story,
Right.
because
Right.
no matter what Tony thinks, analytics isn't what sells wrestling.
Boring. No, it's boring.
Right?
People. Yeah, it's like, they never really done that before.
No.
If he's supposed to be such a wrestling aficionado or whatever.
It's rankings is not what sells wrestling either. Like, then that ties in
Yeah.
with the analytics. People are drawn in
Yeah.
by the story.
The story,
They get invested.
the progression.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like watching a movie.
Like, look at how much better WWE has gotten since Triple H started getting more control.
Right.
And then you had Vince McMahon slip in, and you seen the ratings start dropping again.
Right.
Because everything was inconsistent. Everything was last minute changes. Hell, things were
Right.
so on the fly with McMahon that
Right.
things would change like halfway through a match.
Yeah.
And it showed in the rankings. They start dropping.
Yes. Right.
Now Triple H has got it. Yes, there's a lot of inconsistencies going down right now.
Right.
Everyone's bitching.
Right.
But for the most part, their ratings are doing better. Ratings
Yeah.
ratings can fuck off. I don't give a shit about
Yes.
ratings to begin with.
No,
But
no.
it also shows what they're doing is putting them on the right track.
Right, and they'll get it.
Hell, you
Yeah.
got AEW maybe selling 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 fucking tickets for a fucking show. They
Right.
do great at their pay-per-views,
But
it's
after a
it's
while,
dream matches. That's
but,
all he thinks about is dream matches.
Right. Right. But eventually, that's gonna drop too, because if the product is.
Like, there's only so many times you can, okay, these guys in a dream match. But then once he's used those dream matches up, you've seen every single new guy he brings in, they fall to the wayside.
Yeah.
Like,
what happened? Like Keith Lee.
Oh, he's getting utilized just as well as he was in fucking WWE.
Yeah. Except people just, or, geez, you could. Wardlow. I mean, they're just bringing back, but now he's second banana again.
Yep.
No,
it's
it's like
what he can do. Like I said, like you got to make an official brand split, so that way you've got this fucking massive roster. Like, remember when he first started, he was bitching how big WWE's roster was, and they were being wasted.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah, that's what he. That's just like one of his first media things. He said, "Oh, it's not going to be like that." Well, it is like that.
and now you want to buy up all this talent that's coming up, but
Right.
underutilize them.
Right.
Like you have a big opportunity right now. You got Adam Cole out on injury. You got MJF
Oh
out
yeah.
on injury. You got
Right.
supposedly Britt Baker's out on injury, but she was just bitching on
Yeah.
Twitter that
Yeah.
she hasn't been shown for like a fucking year.
Right. Right. I know.
So is she injured, or are you just like, well, you were the face of the company, but
Yeah.
I got this new shiny object.
Right. Right.
You might as well be Vince McMahon just shitting on her head.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, Britt Baker needs to let her fucking contract run out and go fucking join NXT and actually fucking, hone
Yeah.
her skills a bit more
Right.
and actually become something.
Yeah.
Because
But,
I actually like Britt Baker in the first couple of years, and then it just kind of
Yeah.
you've seen her getting pushed further back, further back. She doesn't need to be champion all the time. That's not what I'm saying.
No. No.
But
But
she should be a prominent figure in the
Right.
company because the fans actually got invested in her.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
it-
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No. But now it's a big announcement every time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay,
everything's a big
I
announcement.
have a big announcement. It's so you want so if you're a top wrestling star, and you say, well, I'm not ready to go back to WWE yet, but I could use a couple $1,000,000. Yeah,
That's what
Tony will
happens.
give it
Yep.
to me.
That's what happens. It's I don't know. You want to have Luchasaurus take on this new name of
Or kill
Switch.
Kill Switch.
Lose the Dino
Give him a new-
mask. Lose the dinosaur gimmick.
And I think that's what Christian was trying to push, and I bet you they pushed it out against.
And I get it.
Yeah.
He got the advice from Dusty.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit hard for him because he had a lot of respect for
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes. I get it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to progress as a dinosaur.
No.
You're looking at your extinction within like a year from now, if it hasn't already happened.
But if he didn't learn one thing from Dusty said you got to be able to change.
Adapt.
Yep. Adapt.
And he's not adapting right now. Like,
Yep. No.
as soon as the breakup where he turned on Jungle Boy happened,
Yeah.
he should have ripped the mask off.
Mask off.
Like, he's not an ugly guy.
Yeah.
I've seen him
No.
when he was in NXT. He's not an ugly guy.
No. He looks like a wrestler.
He does. He moves better than most big men do.
Yeah. He moves like a luchador.
Exactly. Thus the name Luchasaurus.
Cruiserweight.
You know.
But I mean, like he moves like a cruiserweight, and he's like a heavyweight. Very few can do that.
Yet he's talking to his plant.
Yeah.
Tell him to face the camera, goofy Sasquatch.
I wonder if anyone would catch that.
I seen it. It's just.
You saw me catch that?
Let's face it. There's so much Tony needs to work on with AEW.
Right.
He's got to stop giving a lot of these guys creative control.
Right.
I can understand a certain amount of creative control, but to the point.
If you're an established wrestler and.
But you can't give him full creative control.
Yeah, no.
You
Right.
can't.
But he's got too many.
It's the Hulk Hogan scenario all over again.
Yep. Yeah. Or Kevin Nash.
It's no different, than just screwing the pooch.
Yeah. Well, it's just like a Wild West,
Which happens a lot, like they brought up all these rules that AEW wrestlers are not allowed to do, but you see it from week to week.
Yeah.
Save some of it. Save some of it for the big shows, the pay-per-views. That's where you should be selling that kind of fucking violence. You work up to that point.
Well, but it's like, I said more chops than pork.
Yeah.
Now I'm just yes. Oh my God, the chop. It's good. When you see the chops, it's always good.
But I mean, everyone's Ric Flair now.
Every day. But you never saw that many chops on when you watched the old wrestling.
Chops
I mean,
and super kicks right now. That's the
yeah,
craze.
chop suey,
Yep.
but when usually it was like a main event match, and you'd see the chops.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like
but not every match.
there's always been guys that love doing the chops and wrestling.
Chop,
And
right?
I'm realizing that watching the old WrestleManias, watching the old Halloween
Right,
Havocs and stuff on
right,
WWE Network.
right.
But
But it wasn't
they didn't do it through the whole fucking match. They
match,
had their spot.
right? And that's what I meant. Or like it one or two, like what from I remember, only one or two matches would have it, but not every match would have Chop City in it.
And you got a guy like Jake the Snake and Arn Anderson in your company,
Yeah,
and you're not going
yeah,
to talk to them and say, hey,
yeah.
like I'd like to do a DDT, but I
I
want it
think,
to mean
yeah,
something. And
right,
then you talk to the boss and say, look, we want to bring like a certain wrestler. I don't care who it is.
right,
We want to make the DDT special again.
right, right.
Can you get these guys to lay off fucking doing fucking DDTs that are
Well, but that's all throughout
yeah.
wrestling. It's not just AEW. It's like everyone's got a DDT. It's became a
It is,
transition
and it
move.
shouldn't be.
No,
Like you had moves that were
yeah,
protected back in the day. No one protects
right.
nothing these days. It's like
But you take a forward Russian leg sweep and make it into called the Skull Crusher finale.
and it looks like
You know?
shit. It does.
Yeah, I know.
Which
Well,
hey, no. Before you go further, it's just another move he stole from Slapnuts himself, Jeff Jarrett.
yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
but it looked better when Jeff Jarrett did it.
no, it's yeah, he
Yeah.
did it better. He did. No ifs, ands, or
But
buts about it.
but that was kind of a mistake what Jeff Jarrett said when he came up across.
No, it's a lot of ridiculousness in wrestling right now, and
That
for the most part, I still enjoy watching. Okay,
Yeah, it is.
I'm
I
not
mean,
going to say
yeah.
tonight's show on SmackDown was the shits, but it could have been better.
Yeah.
You know,
Like I said, that happens. Yeah, that happens like I said, you're gonna get a bad episode. You're gonna get a bad episode. It just things don't fall. People are off, and if you put too many people that haven't worked together very much,
yeah,
or some people you can put them together. You can be talented wrestlers, but there's no
no,
chemistry.
there isn't. Yeah,
They're total.
uh,
Yeah, and
I've heard
their style doesn't mesh with another style.
I've heard a lot of channels bragging about how much better the Young Bucks are. They've adopted this EVP, gimmick.
Oh God, it's
It's the
they
same.
stole it from.
It's the same gimmick they were doing before. Just they're wearing fucking suits.
They're wearing little suits and look like they stepped out of an old 1920s movie or something.
There's no character development there. I don't care what
No,
anyone says. I've seen their promos. I've seen
no.
the attack on Darby and Sting and it's like
Okay.
it's the same fucking shit. It's just they're wearing suits.
It should have been FTR. Take
Yeah. I'm glad they gave Sting the tag titles, even though they said, he said, he didn't want a title.
no,
But since
no.
they put it on him, let him retire as champion.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't let the EVPs win it just because.
right. Oh yeah, and of all people, I said, and put it on EVPs again. You want
Well,
them with the freaking
not
title?
just that. Look at the history of AEW. Every time there's
Yeah,
there's tag team champions. One of them will
yeah,
get injured. They bring in
yeah.
another guy to help defend.
Right,
Well,
right,
if Sting retires as tag team champion, Darby, all he has to do is just go find a new partner and take Sting's
right,
spot. You
right,
know, if you're gonna do it throughout the rest
right,
of the fucking years that you've been
yeah,
on TV, follow through.
right.
Let Darby just find a new partner.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah. It's it's just no. I just wish FTR would have left and went back to
well,
WWE.
I think at this point with what is it, Cash or
Yeah,
Cash? He's the one in court right now.
yeah.
Yeah, I think because of that they're not able to do it because I seen
No.
what's the other guy's name? Dax. Dax was in
Dax. Yeah.
solo match the last episode.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so I think that plays
Yeah.
a lot with it right now.
Right. Right.
Remember, people, just because you're suffering from road rage, don't pull your Glock out. Okay? There's
Nope.
only one man
I
that
know.
gets away with that shit, and that's Arn Anderson.
He does, yeah. Oh God. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's yeah, pulling a gun out on somebody. No.
No. But I think we can call it there for tonight.
Yes, we will.
And I'm fucking gassed, man. I need to go
Yeah.
fucking lay down.
Pete's got gas. He's got a.
No, I said I'm gassed out, as in
He's gonna
this
give
flu
him,
is kicking
Pete's the
my
only guy I know
ass.
that gives him. Pete's the only guy I know that gives himself a death desert. He calls it the Canadian heaven, the Winnipeg wind.
I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you're new to the channel and you're watching the replay. Make sure you subscribe. I'm Pete Wall, also known as the Angry Viking. This is Yeti Bloodyard. Any last words for the people?
Yes, I want you to put your head between your legs and stick your head up your asshole and go fuck yourself.
Well, that will not be happening with me tonight.
Yeah, Pete's giving himself Canadian Dutch ovens.
I am going to go wrap myself up in my blanket and try and get some sleep.
$49.95 on Instagram on OnlyFans. You'll watch Pete fart in his face.
I will end with what I always say. Have a great night. Always have a better tomorrow. But for now, we are out of here.
Yes, we are.
Have a good night, all.
And go fuck yourself. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
You too, buddy.
Fart Pete.